Hello, Restoration Kids. I'm here with Jonah, and we are in our backyard. And I hope you guys are ready for a Bible story. It's a really cool one. It's an interesting one, and it sounds unbelievable, like it couldn't really happen. But it did, because it's from the Bible. And so before we get started, we are going to play a game. You want to play a game, Jonah?
Yeah.
All right. So this game is called True or False, okay? If you think that what I read to you is true, I want you to stand up like Jonah and me are right now. If you think it's false, I want you to sit down, okay? So if you think it's true, you stand up. If you think it's false, you sit down. False just means that you don't think it's true, okay? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Pay close attention, because some of them sound true and they're false, and some of them sound false but they're actually true. All right, you ready? You ready, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the first one is some animals can get sunburnt. Do you think that's true, or do you think that's false, Jonah? You think it's false? What about you guys? If you said that you think that it's true, you are right. Some animals can get sunburnt just like us. That's crazy, guys. All right. You guys ready for the second one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The second one is cats hate water. Is that true or is that false? You think it's false, Jonah?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What about you guys? All right. Jonah thought it was false, and he is right. Cats don't hate water. In fact, a lot of cats love to swim. I actually have been somewhere where tigers were swimming in the water, and they love to be in there, in lakes and all kinds of different things. So that one's false. All right, here's the next one. Frogs drink lots of water. Do you think that's true, or do you think that's false, Jonah? You think it's false? All right, what about you guys? If you said that it was true, you are wrong. Frogs do not drink a lot of water. You would think that it was, but they just live in the water. They don't drink a lot of water, okay? All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right, the next one is elephants eat using their noses. Do you think that that's true, or do you think that that's false? You don't think they eat with their noses? What do you guys think? If you guys said that it was true, you are right. Elephants eat using their noses. Jonah, you got to show us if you think it's true or false, okay? All right, so here's the next one. Camels can walk 100 miles in the desert without water. Is that true, or is that false? You think that's false too? You just think they're all false and not real? What do you guys think? It's true. In fact, camels can drink 30 gallons in 13 minutes and walk at least 100 miles before they need another drink of water. That's so crazy. What about this one? Chimpanzees are nocturnal, meaning they do stuff at nighttime. Do you think that's true, or do you think that's false? You think it's true, Jonah? All right. Well, chimpanzees are not nocturnal, so that one was false. Okay, they actually sleep during the nighttime like we do. All right, and here's the last one, guys. So give me your best shot, okay? Hopefully you guys are doing really well. The last one is the hummingbird egg is the world's smallest bird egg. Is that true, or is it false? You think it's false? All right, this one is true, guys. It's true. They have the smallest eggs, and the ostriches have the largest eggs. So guys, have you ever heard a crazy story before? Maybe one that included, I don't know, dinosaurs and reindeer and all, I don't even know what to think of. Okay, were you sure if it was made up or not? We've all heard made up stories. We've heard fairy tales. We've heard things that we thought were really true, but they didn't really happen. But what have we said about the Bible, guys? Is everything in the Bible true? Yes, everything, Jonah. Yes, everything in the Bible is true. Everything that happened in the Bible actually happened, guys. And that's what we can depend on. That's what we can believe. And our Bible story today is true. Our Bible story today has to do with this guy named Saul. I have Jonah's Bible today. If you don't have your Bible with you, go ahead and grab it. A lot of us have different versions. This is the NIRV. This is the New International Reader's Version. You can use NIV, KJV, all these different kinds. They all have the same meaning. Their words are just a little bit different. So our Bible story is from Acts 9, 1 through 22. And what I want you to do is I want you to look up the Bible story. I want you to pause this video, okay? Look up the Bible story. I want you to read it together as a family, and then we'll come right back when you're finished reading it. If you need help finding it, is it in the Old Testament or New Testament, Jonah?
New Testament.
That's right. Acts is in the New Testament. It's the 5th book of the New Testament. It goes Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts. Okay? So go ahead. You can look at the table of contents of the very front of the Bible to find it. Pause this video. Wow, guys. What did you think of that Bible story? Holy smokes. Is that crazy or what? How did Saul feel about Jesus and his followers? What was he doing? Yeah, he was threatening them. He was actually arresting them, and he was giving permission to kill some of them. How crazy is that? What happened to Saul? What was he doing when this light came and blinded him? He was on his way to kill Christians, guys. That's what he was doing. He went to go arrest these Christians because he had permission to do so, and a light came and blinded him and started talking to him. Who was in that light, guys? That's right. Jesus was in that light and asked Saul, "Why are you persecuting me? What are you doing?" And Paul became blind, and he went and he prayed for a few days. Like, he had to have help, and he stayed in the city. Meanwhile, Jesus went and talked to another guy named Ananias and said, "There's this guy, Saul. I need you to go. He's blind. He's been praying to me. I'm going to use him to tell others about me. I need you to go heal him so he's not blind anymore." And Ananias was a little scared because he had heard about what Saul was doing. Well, Ananias went and he obeyed God. He did what God asked him to do. He went and laid his hands on Saul's eyes, and the Bible says that it was like scales fell off his eyes and healed him, and Saul could see again, and Saul was immediately baptized. He started to go. He became a missionary, and he went and he told tons and tons and tons of people about Jesus. Guys, he went from hurting Christians and throwing them in jail and even murdering some Christians to totally believing in Jesus and telling others about him. Does that sound like a crazy story, Jonah? Does that sound like a crazy story? It doesn't sound like a crazy story to you? It sounds like a crazy story to me. I can't believe that. But guys, that's what happens when Jesus comes and into our lives, okay? I'm going to show you what it kind of looks like when Jesus comes to our life, okay? So I have this pepper that Jonah is going to come and he's going to put in this water, okay? I want you guys to see. This is what it looks like when we let sin and our bad choices be in our life. This is what sin does, okay? Okay. Go ahead and sprinkle it in there, Jonah. Hopefully you can see. All you need is a small little pan and some pepper. And Jonah's putting the pepper in there right now. Okay. All right. Let's put a little bit more in there, Joe. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to hit you. Okay. All right. So we put a bunch of pepper. You guys can see it. All right. So that's kind of what it looks like. We're all dirty and gross, and that's what it kind of takes over. But when Jesus comes into our lives, guys, No, do this one. When Jesus comes into our lives, guys, don't do it just yet. This is what happens. Watch. Go ahead. Look at that. So Jonah put his finger in here and the pepper started going away. How crazy is that? Let me show you again. Let me see your finger again, Joe. Okay, let's show our friends again. Okay, might be a little hard to see, but you can do this at home. You only need water and pepper and a little bit of soap, okay? All right, so what we did was we put a little bit of the soap on our finger and we put it in the bowl. And when we put it in the bowl, this is what happened. The pepper just goes away. It stays away from the soap. It's pretty cool. You have to do it. All right. So guys, that's what happens when Jesus comes in. He kind of pushes he pushes all the sin away. He pushes all the bad stuff away so that he can come in and help you do good things. That doesn't mean all the bad stuff will go away, but it does mean that he takes away our sin. He takes away our bad choices and he forgives us. Even the worst of us. He forgave Saul, who was a really mean guy, who thought what he was doing was right. And he decided to use him to tell others about him. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty amazing. And Paul is responsible for writing most of the New Testament. That's what God does, guys. He takes our bad stuff and he can use it, and he can heal us and help us to do better things. That's pretty crazy. So, Jesus changes lives. That's our big idea for today. Jesus changed my life, and he can change your life and your family's life. And I hope that a lot of you are growing, that you're learning more about God each and every day. And I hope that you see what he's doing and see how he can use you to share him with others. Because that's what God does. He does amazing things. He does crazy things. All right, guys, I want to pray for you, and thank you again for letting us come into your home once again. Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much that you do crazy, amazing things.